Okay. So after watching a tragedy unfold on that beachhead, we are back. So Lune is our other character. And as I explained last night, she is more of the mage type in the group. So looking at her. Alright, so a little bit more in depth about how this stuff goes. So journal, we will come across like different journals and stuff throughout the game. A lot of these are from the older expeditions that already staked their claim in the land, and you know, just kind of gives us little tidbits and lore pieces about it. Obviously going to be an achievement for finding every single one of them though, so that'll happen over time. Alright, now the most important part about this game are definitely the weapons, the pictos, your skills, and your luminas. So this can be very daunting if you're not very gonna pay attention to how this all works. But this is literally where the bread and butter of the game is made right here. So they kind of have a little bit of a soul system here where when we upgrade our attributes through the flags, you can kind of put points into what you think you need, right? And there's going to be a lot of different weapons in this game, and as you progress through the game, once you find a certain weapon that you actually like a lot, you can use a recoat. You'll get a bunch of recoats throughout the entire game where you can just buy them from vendors and stuff like that. They will allow you to build towards a certain weapon that you're going to be using, you know, because a lot of these different weapons come with different skills and attributes kind of preloaded on them. Obviously, your beginner ones aren't really going to have a whole lot. But eventually it'll say, you know, things like start with 2 AP or get an additional AP or, you know, stuff like that. It's just things that will just kind of help you out in battle. Eventually over time we'll learn how to level up weapons as well. But for the most part, you don't really need to do that. I went through the entire game without ever leveling anything. Because all you have to do is really just fight battles, especially around the world map. And if you get into some more of the difficult encounters, they'll reward you with weapons that are tailored to the level that you're supposed to be at for a certain section. So they're very forgiving in that manner. But taking a look at the attribute list, so right now, Gustav's starter weapon, is a C, has a C tier or C scaling inside of the vitality. So it would make more sense to level up the vitality, not only just for your HP pool, but also because it's gonna, you know, do a little bit more damage for your weapon. Might, you can see it goes up as well. Your agility is your speed. Defensively, you know, you want a little bit of defense there, not taking too much hard hits. And then I never really leveled up luck ever. One character really does kind of predicate themselves on the luck factor. So that's just kind of one of those stats. The 4 top ones though that you really want to focus on are definitely vitality, might, agility, and defense. And it's just completely weapon dependent on how you want to do this. For the start of the game, I would focus more on probably getting a little bit higher HP so you're, like I said, you're not dying out as quick. And then maybe just a little bit into defense so we can take less damage. Because if you're not going to be good with parrying or dodging, you definitely don't want to just, you know, get smacked around that hard. Okay. And then with Lune, so her weapon already comes with a little bit of luck and vitality, but I'm going to do the same thing here. And eventually we'll recoat All right, and then here is our skill list. You will get a skill point pretty much every time you level up, and for other factors as well. Depending on the cost, you know, it's pretty simple here. So 1 skill point there, 2 skill points here, 6 down here, 10 right here. And all of these are going to unlock very powerful and unique skills that you can actually build your character towards to set up your battle strategies and stuff like that. Gustav is not as complicated as most others. Like, he's just kind of like your basic ranged warrior, if you will. Lune is a mage, so her tree is going to be a lot more dependent on how you want to really set her up in the long run. You can't level up these skills any further than what they are. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning, is like this. I treat this like more like a Pokemon thing. So they can learn all the skills, but they can only have up to 6 at any given time in their trees. Which is right here. And you can swap these in and out, but right now we only have the starter ones. So nothing we can do on that end. As far as Pictos go, so Pictos are basically like extra abilities that will help you in combat. A lot of them are very different, and you're going to get hundreds of these things. I wish there was a way to kind of do a loadout situation, but you'll have to kind of take a picture and remember what your favorite ones are for each character. Essentially what you have to do with the Pictos, though, is just kind of attach them to a character. You can only have 1 Picto attached to a character at any given time, unless you get multiple copies of it. Which I think it only adds the level. I don't think you'll actually end up having like 2 Dodgers or anything like that. But your characters can equip up to 3 free Pictos. What you do is that you need to fight 4 battles, win 4 battles with any given Pictos inside of the characters. Characters that have the Pictos need to participate in the battle. So you can't just kind of have it on them and, whatever. So participate in the battles, win 4 battles, and you'll learn their Lumina. Which the Lumina is right here. That's a passive effect that you can activate once you have mastered a corresponding Picto. A Picto is mastered after winning 4 battles with it equipped. Luminas are learned for all characters at the same time and can be activated by multiple characters. So while you're going through the game, it is super imperative to absolutely put on every different Picto, and at least, like, if you want to fight trash mobs, go back to the flags, reset, and just go fight trash mobs 4 different times. It's best to do that so that when you're actually going through a zone, you can put your favorite Pictos and your favorite Luminas on without having to, do a struggle fest of like, oh my god, because you're going to get overwhelmed with these things pretty quickly. Yes, you do get Lumina points. This is very important stuff right here as well. Because we're going to get items that are going to allow us to add more Lumina points freely. And you can literally load up like 1 character, or you can kind of keep everyone in the same, like on par with each other. And that's basically what I did. I kind of evened out, on my first run, I evened out everybody's Luminas. Even though I wasn't using like a couple characters pretty much in the end game, I still made sure that everyone was equal across the board, because this game does have a feature where if your first party is wiped, your second party can come in and finish a battle, which kind of saves your ass a lot in this game. Okay. Yes. And you can always just add to your favorites. If you just push triangle, it'll add your favorite Luminas with a star. So any way that you want to do this, like I said, though, I wish there was just a way to kind of do a loadout for each character, because eventually in the end game you're going to get a little overwhelmed with how much are going to be on here. So first things first, though, we need to learn Dodger with winning 4 battles first, and then everybody in the party will be able to get the passive effect of gaining 1 AP on a perfect dodge. So far the game's telling you like dodging and parrying are the most important things in battles, which they are. But now when you have a Picto like this, it's probably better to consider to do a perfect dodge now, just so you can gain the one additional AP rather than trying parrying, which is probably not working out too well at the beginning, since you're trying to learn the system and everything. But just keep those Pictos in mind the entire game and make sure you're switching them in and out. It'll just make your life a lot easier instead of being on the hassle. As far as items are concerned, okay, we will use these at some point in the game. Can't do it now. Okay, so looking at what we got down there, basically what those potions are is the Chroma Elixir is like your free heal for the entire party. You'll find like more elixirs. I kind of consider them like Estus Flask or Crimson Flask and stuff like that. They'll just heal your entire party full HP so you can continue through a zone. Very, very useful item. But there are ways that you can kind of heal yourself in battles and stuff, and you'll just have to kind of discover how you do that for yourselves. And the 3 different little other healing things that we have down there is one for HP, which heals you at 30% HP. You got one for your AP. It'll give you like I think 5 plus 5 AP or something like that. Very useful, very, very situational too. You don't want to really use them in like minor battles. You want to use them for big boss battles. And the green one is your revive, so your Phoenix Downs and stuff like that. Brings one character back to life, and you kind of just go from there. Those get replenished at the flags, so every time you decide to take a rest, all of your tints will come back. So it's super important that you're doing like side questing and you're doing some side explorations and fighting really tough enemies, because you have a huge chance at gaining like really nice equipment that can only make you better. This game is very nice about, like, on deaths or whatever, yeah, you'll go back to, like, the last flag that you died at or whatever, and you'll have to kind of fight the enemies again. But it's very seamless. Like, I remember taking a lot of L's in the game because it is pretty hard, especially when you're learning a lot of different enemy movesets. And the early stages, you'll definitely feel the losses a lot because you're just always getting pounded. Alright, first strike is very important. These just kind of give you the advantage in battle. You can do this to every single enemy, other than scripted fights or whatever, stuff like that.
Ready to evade.
So we got a new weapon, Lance Arm, so that's kind of important to know. There you go. So then you can take a look at it, and you can see that Vitality and Agility are the 2 scaling attributes for this weapon. But it also comes with a 52 power, so just based off of how much stronger it is compared to the other weapon or starter weapon, you do want to change into this. And I think the weapon, like whoever did the weapon art, holy shit, dude, very nice. Because there are a lot of weapons in this game, and every single one of them show up just like that. So very huge credit to even like do stuff like that, because we've seen a lot of AAA games where you don't really see like your weapon get recoded or anything like that.
An advantage.
You're used to hearing that a bunch. An advantage. There's kind of like little secret paths like this. This stuff's going to be littered through the entire world.
We can use that.
There we go. Another Picto. 25% increased critical chance on burning enemies. There you go. So because Lune has the ability to kind of do fire damage and stuff like that, that's what we want. When I used her regular attack, we saw that the enemy took burn damage, and that's because the starter weapon for her has the element of fire within it. So you can tell this game is going to be very big about elements and stuff like that. Your true RPG shit. The element of the sword is basically just physical. That's all that ever means. Every time you see that. Lune will probably have like 100% weapons that have elements attached to it, almost every single one of them.
This will be useful.
Definitely chasing us. So then when you think about it, you're like, okay, well that first one didn't really do too well, right? No damage gave us extra experience points, so leveling up a little quicker. Okay. Yeah, you don't take fall damage in this game either, so just feel free to jump off high-ass platforms. There's going to be a couple sections in this game where you're just like, you're just going to just take a deep dive and be like, oh shit, I'm going to die. No, you'll be fine.
A house?
Looks abandoned. Well, that will help.
Yep. Think of the Chroma Catalyst more like your Titanite shards and stuff like that, because that's basically what they do.
The indigo tree is not too far from here. If anyone else made it, they'll regroup there.
Yeah.
I love the sound design. The echoing of the abandoned building and all that kind of stuff too, you know what I mean? So, very cool. Just the little minor features that can get overlooked. And a lot of AAAs do that. They just take for granted, man. Slap a $80 price tag on something and it comes out like trash, basically, you know? But thankfully, the Stars program ended up buying me this one for the PlayStation, so sad to see it go. But
that will help.
Energy tint. So those are what I'm talking about. Those are very important to get. I don't think you can see stuff like that, to be honest. I don't know where that stuff would be at. But if you look at the energy tint, we see that the blue flask ended up getting a second. So essentially what that means is that we'll have 2 of those potions, and you'll continuously find those things throughout the world. So that was just one of the easier ones to find. Feel free to break the boxes. I don't think any of the boxes ever house any hidden material. They'll just kind of like be behind stuff.
An advantage.
Here we are, huh?
Yeah. The continent. The indigo trees over there.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm like 3,000% sure this game's taking Game of the Year. Just so beautiful. I mean, like, keep in mind the distance of, you know, the spire all the way from here, and just the journey, man. Just enjoy the journey. It's holy shit. It's good to be jumping back into this game. I think I've only like been without it for about 2-3 months or whatever. Pretty much played it on release for whenever it came on Game Pass. Just hit up the flag. Get some attributes growing. Put some more points into stuff here. Alright, so now we got skill points we can actually start using here, and I would suggest doing this. So, apply powerful, or you can take a marking shot. Do not neglect the buffs over, you know, these types of things are really nice, but there's so many ways that you can apply mark or whatever. But the buffing powers don't really, like, there's not a lot of buff skills in the game. Especially for, like, the normal characters, but anytime you get a chance to kind of, like, play with them, I would definitely do so, because they will stay in your skill list pretty much, like, full-time, because they can be the difference between you and, you know, a loss against a very powerful enemy or whatever, sometimes. So I would definitely pick up at least powerful here. Lune is very hard to... Yeah, she's kind of difficult when it comes to this section. But you see that you have a healing here, so, you know, it's very tantalizing to grab something like that right out the gate, so you can save yourself some ass pain of doing this. Let's see. You can fast travel to other points too as well. Very nice. There you go. Then it's all about exploration from here. Some of the zones I won't remember, like every path to go, but you basically just want to take, you know, as Crash Bandicoot always taught us, just take the back routes, side paths, and everything like that.
Well, that will help.
And just to showcase some of the stuff. If you manage to hit a perfect, you'll actually upgrade all your characters, which is super good. Powerful is a buff that applies, so damage goes up by 25%, which bigger numbers equals bigger doom. Let's go ahead and burn the guy. Early battles will be very easy, obviously.
An advantage.
So, anytime you reach like a point where it's a dead end or whatever, just make sure you're looking around because sometimes these grapple points can be kind of like difficult to see, especially with the lighting. I mean, and if you're playing the game brand new, you're probably not even thinking to look up or anything like that, but definitely look up. Anytime your controller vibrates, you're kind of like you're looking for something. So just go ahead and dap it up. This is probably one of the most commonly missed mimes of the entire game, which really sucks because it gives Gustav a uniform, and pretty much that's all. The mimes are just good for cosmetics. They don't really do much other than that. Cosmetics, and you get a trophy for killing every single one of them. The one that I missed on my first run was that one back in Lumiere, like at the very beginning of the game, because Sophie was like, "We should run away from this." I didn't know you were supposed to just fight the damn thing. But they kind of dress up kind of funny, so you can see what you could kind of get. Hey.
Let the ink flow. Feel the burn.
I find it easier just to dodge this guy out. I mean, you can parry him, but he has so many multi-hits that it's just kind of annoying to deal with sometimes. Secret to these guys are basically to break them. Like, you gotta do something to break them, otherwise this fight's gonna go on too damn long.
What made you come on?
Let the ink flow. Danger! Chroma is flowing. Ice shut. Let the ink flow.
Get ready. Or those who come after.
Damn it. I was trying to go for that perfect, but it's okay.
Let me help.
Let us stay here. A storm is coming.
Baguette, baguette. And pretty much how you can tell that your Pictos are getting leveled up is by like that. It's really kind of hard to see, but it's the lines that connect the diamond. So you'll see like my Dodger has been, this is the 4th battle, so we learned Dodger. Critical Burn is at its 3rd level now. Yep. Just very silly ass uniforms, but there's a lot of this stuff too. It's good. It's good stuff. Okay. So now that we have learned Dodger, you can actually attach that to your other characters. So she used one of her 3 Lumina points to basically get that. So every time Luna gets attacked, she'll have the Dodger passive as well. Yep. And when the Picto is attached to your Picto list, you get that ability no matter what for free. So don't waste like your Lumina getting the same ability. It won't really, I don't think it even does it for you. Pretty simple shit, though. Well, I think they did a really good job at making battles very seamless in this one. The Mime, I guess it was a little bit longer battle, 3 minutes, 33 seconds, but those guys are just kind of meant to be little challenge things. Just kind of see how well you can dodge and parry, and then eventually like learn the break system and stuff like that. The very early stage of the game, though, they can absolutely wreck you because you just don't know what you're doing. Take an upgrade. Go ahead and upgrade some more stuff here. New skills can be learned. Okay. So very important at this point now is to kind of decide which route do you want to take Lune on. Let's see. Thunderfall isn't too bad of a move. You do want coverage for every element, though, so eventually you will have to take every single tree, but I would definitely go for Thunderfall. Oh, too late. So we learned Critical Burn. So for Gustav, So we won't be able to because it cost 5 Lumina points and we only have 3 right now.
This will be useful. This will be useful.
Fuck you.
Brace yourselves. I'll do it.
Oof. Alright, flying enemies. Flying enemies evade most damage from attacks with skill. Shooting is more effective against these enemies. Try to shoot. So this is very true. Flying enemies are a bastard and a half when you're trying to hit them. More often than not, like 9 times out of 10, they will dodge your regular basic attacks, even like magic attacks and stuff. So they definitely want you to like know how to shoot and stuff like that. But these things go down pretty easily. Obviously, first time enemies. Just gotta really just kind of take the time, try to beat them up. Even if you miss your attack, you'll still gain an AP.
Chrome is flowing.
They just got no other option.
Dodge this one.
Oh. Still took the damage.
Let the ink flow. Dodge this one.
I will always consider that to be a pacing issue fight. It's just kind of like a random ambush. You don't really get a lot of those in the game, but yeah, they were just teaching about flying enemies, and I think it was probably one of the more poorly executed ones for sure. I never really enjoyed that fight, so. I think there was a different way they could have shown that, but, you know, whatever. Because then you're just stuck in this, like, running of getting hit, trying to dodge their stupid-ass attacks and stuff. This dude is definitely a challenge boss. Not boss, but challenge enemy. This one's going to really... Like, this is where the game really starts to teach you, like, you can take on things that are a little bit higher level than you, as long as you know the parry and dodge systems very well. So he'll have, like, the same movesets as the regular ones that we've seen, but he's just going to be a lot stronger. This guy, I think this was definitely my first L of the game, so we'll see if we take another one. Yeah, your characters, your party will let you know, like, hey, this seems like a real bad idea, dude. And then when they got, like, a health bar that's on the top, they're kind of considered bosses. So...
Let me help.
I'll do it.
Mark is a status effect that increases the max damage received by a character by 50%. Yep.
The storm is coming. Feel the burn. Ready to play.
This could be hard. Yeah. I didn't see a lot of good shit from that one. Golly. So what's important to note about that is that even though your characters go down in the battle, still got leveled up, right? We still got the level and all that kind of stuff, so you don't lose anything from it. Very, very intuitive, actually. I kind of do like that a lot. Okay, augmented attack. Oh. But every time that your characters die and you come out of a battle, you will be stuck at 1 HP for that character. So you have a little bit of options here. You can wait for the next battle. They do show like wear and tear though. You can wait for the next battle and use your healing abilities, or you can use a chroma elixir, depending on what you want to do. And for this one, I would definitely just chroma elixir up. There's no wrong in doing it. Seeing that that was going to be the hardest fight that we have up to this point.
We can use that.
Okay. Dictos, we learned a new one. 50% increased base attack damage. Yes. Very good. Just keep the good times rolling. And then Gustav actually got an upgrade. So like I said, when you fight challenge enemies and stuff like that, or you go open up certain chests or find the scattered like items, you'll get weapon upgrades automatically sometimes. So now we have basically a level 2 +2 weapon with the lance arm, so you should look pretty good right now. Shouldn't lose any more. Shouldn't lose any fights going forward.
These blue trees.
Something's disrupting the chroma around here. Be careful.
Nice.
Okay. A little bit of a good fight here, right? You want to get everyone weakened first. So we got one guy right there. There we go.
We can use that.
I will say a huge knock that I had for this game going through the first run though was that sometimes the rewards didn't really match the challenge at times. So I was like, oh okay, some areas you could just completely avoid and be like, it wasn't worth that 1,000 chroma. It was just one of those types of things. Kind of like Final Fantasy, how they like
Someone
put you
came
in
here
hard
before and
situations
fixed
and they're
up
like,
these
here's a
handholds.
potion, and you're
Probably
at
Expedition
endgame.
69.
Like really, a fucking potion,
Commander's expedition.
or like one
Let's
gil.
thank them for that.
All right. So these guys, you are gonna come across like white Nevrons, and they're not really hostile, but every single one of them requires something that you might end up getting like in different areas or stuff like that. So it's important to note where you meet these guys at, because they're gonna count for like side questing things. So just be very aware of that, because I actually forgot this dude existed for like a hot minute in the game, and then when I came back and started like going through old areas, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about you. And there's a certain item that he needs, and you can get it a reward, and I could have gotten the reward a lot earlier in the game. So just one of those things. Just kind of remember your backtrack and stuff like that.
Something's wrong with it. Why isn't it attacking us?
Well, it certainly attacked them. An expedition journal. 81. Learn from the ones who came before.
And lay the trail for the ones who come after.
Expedition 81, Lene. Huge discovery. This is the first Nevron with whom we've been able to communicate. It seems stuck in this cave. Gregoire is, as usual, deeply suspicious, but this could change our entire understanding of Nevrons and the Patriots.
I absolutely love these two, because like I'm not really big about reading and stuff like that when it comes to the video game stuff, but because they attach like a voiceover for this, I mean, they hit every freaking box, dude. Just
They communicated with a Nevron.
The dead here don't disappear like in Lumia. Their chroma stays inside their bodies.
On the beach, some did disappear.
He wasn't a Nevron.
Something about the way Nevrons kill seems to affect our chroma.
Perhaps your friend here can enlighten us. It really does speak.
What do you mean, light?
Did you kill these people?
Painted? By the painters? If we bring it light, perhaps we can learn more.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Your light, oh mistress, I sit in darkness awaiting your light. What light I cannot follow. A pure light, I must bring forth a flame that lights the path forward. Something flammable. Shine. I need to shine. Okay. Yes, very cryptic messages, but it'll all make sense when you start grabbing shit around the world. Keep these blue, like, broken, I don't know, stumps of wood or whatever, just broken trees, just kind of keep those in mind. You'll be able to do stuff with those later as well. Okay. The very first part of the game is a little daunting with all this, like, leveling up shit, so just... more skills. I would just load Lune up with as many abilities as possible. She's going to be super important in the long run. So take that rest, replenish all our lost stuff. Continue on.
Flares!
Survivors.
Hurry!
Survivors.
Nice.
Indeed. %20 chance on burn for a free aim shot. So now you're getting even more useful abilities. We actually did learn chroma something, so. Again, remember where these are located. These are like the more magey types of enemies. Yeah. So you can see resistance to burn, so obviously burn's not going to be useful here. Boom. To showcase what they're all about. There you go. Light Rim. So Lune's got a new weapon. And there you go. So we can see that with Light Rim it does a little bit more damage. Changes the luck into agility, which is going to be pretty much better for us since we already have 2 points into agility. At level 4, this weapon will reduce the cost of fire skills by 1 AP. At level 10, 20% increase fire damage with skills, and at level 20, start the battle with 1 ice stain. So some weapons will have passives like this, but you have to unlock the weapon level each time, and that's pretty much what the whole point of the weapon upgrade system is. 20 is about as high as you can get them, so obviously a lot of late game crap going on there. But you'll probably forget all about these things in the long run. Switch it out though, just keep it going.
An advantage. Well, that will help.
Yeah, I'll say one thing that I really learned about this game though is like don't be afraid to experiment. I'm really bad about like holding on to my points and stuff because I just don't know if I'm ever going to get them back or anything like that. I mean, I come from an older like video game era where you didn't have all these like reset options and everything. You kind of lived with your choices. So as I'm still playing these newer games and trying to like it's okay to respec and all that kind of stuff. I don't have to live by final decisions, which is kind of great advice too, because it just lets you play more loosely. And those recoats, you'll get a bunch of those. Like, I didn't use a single recoat the entire first run of my game. And there was a lot of instances where I probably should have, and I still beat the game. So I definitely was not optimally built, the right way, I guess, for most people, but I guess they do hide stuff inside chests.
Well, that will help.
Wow. I actually did not get that one. Dead energy 2, man. Plus 3 AP on killing an enemy. Yeah, I completely missed that. Those types of pictos are so fucking powerful, man. You can literally, like, when we're gonna learn how to set up right, but when you're set up correctly, this game is so broken. I think that's the reason why people love it too, because it's so seamless how you can just break the game without even knowing what you're doing. And then when you actually like put everything together, or I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure a lot of people put up guides on like the best picto setups. But yeah, you can just pretty much just infinitely gain AP if you really know what you're doing. Oh, shit. Please. Yeah, I would just kill these things. They're annoying enough to deal with.
Let us stay.
And then just like watch Luna as she kills this thing. Boom. Dead energy activated, so you ended up getting the AP back for doing that. We can watch Thunderfall. I'm not sure if this thing's really resistant to it though. Augmented attack came at 7, so we can't afford it. It's okay.
Nice. Yeah, she is super flashy, man. I really love Lune. Super flashy though. Okay. So we can learn at least burning shots. So that's good.
This will be useful.
Sure will. That's a revive tent, so another revive in case you go down.
We could light something with this.
Definitely take the time to do this part. Let's see. There's a lot of these types of skills that you want to really kind of hold on to, though. Some of these are going to pay off big time in the run. Flammable material. So the resin, I think this is what you give the white Nevron. Could be wrong, I don't know, I don't remember all of them. Yeah, pretty much. I gave him that thing at like end game, so I'm glad I'm doing this now. Then you can free aim in the world. I forgot you do this. There you go.
What did it mean by light? Let's keep an eye out for other Nevrons like this one. We might learn something.
Super important to know that yes, you can fight these guys. I don't know though what the point of it is. Maybe you get different abilities, weapons, or pictos with this option, but as far as I remember, don't do this, otherwise you will have you won't get like a pretty cool reward at the end of the game that I kind of found out on my own, because there will be like a giant section of the game where you do some exploration, and if you kind of treated the white Nevrons with respect and you did all their side questing, you will get a pretty freaking awesome reward, so do not do that. But yeah. He gave me... What did you give me? I think he gave us a healing... Yeah, he gave us a healing tent. Very nice reward. You can heal more times. If you ever feel like severely underleveled or anything like that, then obviously, you know, go back, run through it again, fight some enemies, level up, grind it out if you must. But honestly, this one is probably not too bad. So, important note, whenever like the game kind of like cuts the screen in half and you're going into the cinematic versions, that's usually a telltale sign that some big event's about to happen, and it always follows up with a boss. So if you never know what to do and which direction you're going, if that ever happens to you and you're like, shit, I wanted to explore behind me, I mean, feel free to kind of just shut the game off, restart it, whatever. You'll pop back up to the flag before. Most of the time, though, big open zones like this will kind of be a dead giveaway that a boss fight is incoming, and you can just get a feel for the game after a while. You're like, okay, it's kind of the same trope over and over again. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. Because sometimes you'll get locked in cinematics that will, and when at the completion of bosses, it will transport you to other places, and you're like, fuck, how do I get back over there? So, anyway, let's go ahead and do this. So just like so, and then when this happens, you won't be able to back out. It'll just, yep, cut right to it.
Fuck. It's big. Fall back!
Putain de merde.
Shields, alright. Super important right here. Some enemies have shields that protect them. Each shield is completely blocked one hit. What's important to note about that is that it's better to use your free aim abilities to get rid of the shields. And then use whatever else you need to. Let's apply powerful. And here it's all about finding what this weakness might be. So he has a weakness to ice. I hit it, man. Come on. Oh, of course you're threatened, bro. We're hitting. Way too early.
Take him down.
Let's see. Yeah, parries were the name of the game on that one. It's the only reason why I got fucked up.
Celebrate later. There'll be others. We should be safe up in the tree.
Yeah. Putain, nobody.
Wait, there's a message on the wall. Took Mile to the weird corals. Head north, look for a door inside a hut.
Maya.
This doesn't make sense. Who would have written this? It sounds like an expeditioner, but everyone knows to sign their messages.
Yeah, but they might have been in a hurry.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like anyone on the team. What if it's a trap? The man on the beach?
It's a lead. Our only lead. Whoever this is knows Mael. We have to go.
No. Not yet. Protocol is to regroup at the rally point and wait 3 days. This message feels off. If it was an expeditioner, they would have stayed here. Everyone knows the protocol.
Right, but they may have been in danger. Maybe this location has been compromised. Things change in the field.
There's a reason.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
There's a reason it's protocol. We designed it to yield the optimal result in the vast majority of situations.
Was our entire team dying part of that optimal result? Look, I'm going after Maya. Protocol also states, never move solo. I'll let you choose which protocol to break.
Okay. Healing tints also remove all status elements. Yep. You will never use cleansing tint, I'm telling you. It just, I never did. So anytime you see like portals like this will be the exit to a zone each time. This is kind of how they divide up their levels or whatever, if you want to call them that. And then, like I said, it like with that cutscene, it teleported us, you know, up and past this tree or whatever. Then it's just important to kind of look around. You can find little things like that, things like this.
An advantage.
Gain powerful for 1 turn on base attack. Yes. This is stuff that I actually missed in my first run because I did not do a good job at exploring. So with that, knowing that we have Dodger, Augmented Attack, and Burning Shots already learned, you just got to really pick which one of these, you know, of your that you're okay with losing that you can add to your Lumina list. Check the Luminas and see like, okay, Dodger's only going to cost us 1 point, whereas Critical Burn costs us 5 or something like that. So for me, getting rid of Dodger is safe bet here in terms of Empowering Attack. Just so we can learn that Lumina. And then when you go into the Luminas, go ahead and add Dodger back. And there you go. So you retain your Dodger ability and you get to learn a new Picto.
Nice.
And I will say every boss fight in this game feels like a movie. That's just kind of what they did with it. It's such a cinematic every single time. Let's see here. Let's get some. Oh. Honestly, surprised she did not learn anything. Okay. Recovery is really nice because it's like a self-heal for Gustav. From fire deals medium single target damage. 3 hits, uses weapon element, heals. The target burns. Okay. I do like recovery. And Luna's still good there. That rest. I think you're able to see the dude that died here. Yeah, it's just. One could wonder if Gustav didn't distract him, could he have survived, you know? Guess we'll never know, though. And this will be the introduction to the open world. Oh yeah, and then with that, the Pictos actually give you increased stats as well. Kind of forgot to mention that. So if you look at it, you'll see certain Pictos like augmented attack will give you like 8 defense and 10 speed. Burning shots will give you a 2% chance at a critical rate with your 15 speed. So these are very powerful. You just want to really kind of pick which ones will give you the best bonuses at the time. Sometimes it gets easy to get lost in that because you're just like, oh, I just want the ability. I don't really care about the stats gained from it. But
Message
pick
said
those.
head north to the weird corals.
And a door in a hut.
Go. Here's the map. This world is pretty big. It's not the biggest JRPG world that I've ever seen, ever, but it is very vast and filled with a lot of things to do. Luckily enough, though, you don't have to worry about things like this. If you walk into a portal, it'll let you know where you're going, and then you hit square if you want to actually go in there. Enemy piles like this are worth fighting at least once. And any time after that, it's kind of up to you if you just want like extra points or whatever. If you need better help at understanding the parry and dodge systems, basically what you're going for. But get ready for the long slug through zones like this. Places that warn you of danger means that you are entering an area that you are severely under level to do. Not saying that you can't do it, because there's like usually what they call chromatic bosses, and they're just like super enhanced versions of regular enemies that will fight through the game. They give you some pretty nice rewards though if you're able to kill them. This dude specifically, I was like, but it was a slog. Like it was a true slog fight. Once you get down with like parries and dodging, you can actually take these dudes out. You just have to be extremely patient because you're not going to do a lot of damage. But they are worth a lot of like points if you're able to do it, and it can get you started out just right if you want to take that route, trying to challenge yourself.
Nice.
Then obviously throughout the world there will be little secrets, just kind of like we did going through the zones. Run through. These guys will never really give chase to you. They'll just kind of stay where they're at. Gotta hate how late I'm getting on that.
Take cover.
I don't even know why I did that. So we learned dead energy. Okay. Yeah, so that enemy group gave us the light rim +2. And I don't think they're random. I think it's actually like detailed to a certain weapon.
We can use it.
But those mobs will come back each and every single time. And they'll pretty much stay at that level that they're at. Nothing in this game scales with you, which is super important to understand that. Because when you start getting more and more powerful, you can just run through these things like it's nobody's business. Just to upgrade your pictos. That'll make your life a lot easier than trying to challenge these stupid-ass enemies that can take forever to kill sometimes.
A storm is coming.
I wish perfect parrying would cost more for XP gain over like successful dodging. I think that's what they kind of should have did with that, because the stats down there don't really matter to me much unless I'm working towards something. I think Gustav cannot. Oh. Oh shit, we're actually stuck. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Whew. Got a little nervous there for a minute. I couldn't get out. Yes. You can access the camp at any time, so this is where you can do...
We should make camp.
Yep.
I'm fine. Let's keep going.
We won't find Mael if we're dead.
It's going to be important to do the camps. But just to showcase, these things are kind of scattered throughout the world, just kind of find them, and it gives you a little bridge. Super important to note that stuff.
Well, that will help.
Yes, it will. You won't be able to get through these kinds of things for a while. These are the corals that you need to go to. It's a really, really cool section of the game, I think. Yeah. But you want to make the camp first. Story section stuff.
After we do the camp stuff and the camp scenes, then I think that'll be it for this one. And then next time, obviously, we're heading into the flying waters to do the real fun stuff, I should say. So pretty easy right now, right? Nothing too daunting. Just kind of get your bearings about the world map so far. Let's go ahead and set up a camp. You can make a camp at any point in the game. Sometimes you're going to do it on accident.
I'm sorry about earlier. The beach was not your fault.
No, it was. I convinced Alan to land there.
So, we can rest a bit. But, the moon is bright. I want to keep moving.
Have you learned nothing from the beach?
No, I am not leaving Mael alone a minute longer than I have to.
But right now, it's just the two of us, and I don't want to bring Mael your corpse. We have to think every step through. The man on the beach, you saw what he did. But more than that, you saw his face. He must be, what, 50? 60? Yet he survived the Gamage. We don't know who we're dealing with. We lost everyone in an instant.
Exactly. He killed us all so easily, he doesn't need to fake a message.
Lucien. Lucien died to save me. And Tristan. Margot, they all... I am not letting Mael die out here. I'm taking her home.
What? No, no, no! We have a mission!
Oh, fuck the mission! Fuck the mission, Lune! What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take down the Paintress, just the three of us? My gun and your sparks?
I didn't take you for a coward.
I'm not a coward.
You swore the oath. When one falls, we continue.
Yes, I know.
When one falls. When one falls. Not if, when. We knew not all of us would make it, but we continue. As long as even one of us stands, our fight is not over.
But I'm not afraid to fight, it's just Mael.
Mael swore the same oath.
I know that!
She chose her life. You and I... Come on, we always said the future of Lumiere is more important than
Any individual life, yes.
Do you still believe that? Do you still believe that? Do you?
I hope I do.
Fuck the mission. Really?
Sorry.
Okay, powerful scenes there for what it's worth. This camp scene stuff is so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Every little bit and piece of the camp stuff is so... I think it's honestly with like games like Rebirth, Remake, 16, you know, like the newer JRPG games, it just really missed, man. I mean, the character developments and overthinking, you know, stuff like that, that's, yeah. Anyway. Don't want to go too glaze mode on this, because there are some things that are not to like about the game, but, you know, overall, it's stuff like this just really, for what it's worth, you know, really matters a lot. That is just, it's such a haunting thing. There's 33 just kind of sitting out there. Yep. We'll inch closer and closer each time. So kind of get your bearings together with the camp, because once it starts really opening up, there'll be characters all over the place. You got this little cliff edge. Come around here. There will be a cavern in the future that you'll have opened up. A little water thing you can't go through. Just some more edge stuff over here. A little secret pocket over this way. This will be a very important location too. So always just kind of like, just like any other like thing I've done on the channel as far as like with big open world exploration games or Souls likes, then it's literally just do a 360 around the entire camp, talk to everybody, get every single bit of dialogue out so you're not missing anything and you have no regrets when you move on to the next location. The music player. In camps, you can rest and converse with your party members. To leave camp, interact with the bonfire.
The main continent. Hard to believe we're finally here.
Yeah.
Good night, Gustav. The main continent.
Yeah.
Good night, Gustav.
So important to note that if you touch the campfire will lead to more dialogue sometimes, but at the same time, talking to the characters by doing this is also going to lead to other conversations, so it's just good to just get everything all out while you're here. The flag, so you can rest. This rest is just to replenish your HP. The rest at the bonfire is the one that gets you out of the camp scenes. And you got a couple things here. I like to always write in the journal first. It's a little scene. Writes about how dangerous arrows are and how beautiful the continent is.
For those who come after.
Yeah, it's good to periodically check the camps as you're doing this stuff, as like major story beats happen, really. Remember the current objective. This is always nice. Find my L. Yep. Kind of get you back on your path. And then proceed. There we go. Okay. So completed the Spring Meadow section. You can see the enemies are back. So if you want to go one more round, kind of get more levels or whatever, then go ahead. Honestly, not really needed. The grinding in this game is really, really not needed at all. Up until end game, basically. And if you want to start tackling like the side bosses and stuff like that, that's when you're going to really have to start going into it. But for now, there's really no point to doing it. Just be wasting your time. And honestly, you don't really want to
ruin a great game by kind of being super overpowered. You want a little bit of a challenge because the game naturally is going to lead us to being overpowered anyway if you do everything there is to do in a zone. So just take that for what it's worth. But next up is going to be the Flying Walkers. Thanks for watching. See you again.